The whispers of Hollow Creek. Emily, a young journalist new to the town, was captivated by the local legend. Dismissing the warnings of her neighbors, she decided to investigate. One crisp autumn afternoon, she stood before the imposing structure, its windows like vacant eyes staring back at her. A shiver ran down her spine, but her curiosity outweighed her fear. As Emily scrambled to escape the room, a single thought echoed in her mind. Amelia was right. There was no escape from the horrors of Hollow Creek. As she stepped through the creaky front door, dust motes danced in the pale slivers of sunlight piercing the gloom. The air hung heavy with the scent of decay and something else. Something metallic and unsettling. Each creak of the floorboards and groan of the house sent goosebumps erupting across her skin. Shadows played tricks on her eyes, and the whispers seemed to grow louder, swirling around her like a malevolent wind. In the grand library, with its towering bookshelves and dusty tomes, Emily discovered a hidden compartment behind a loose brick. Inside, she found a worn leather diary, its pages filled with frantic scribblings. The diary belonged to a woman named Amelia, the original owner of the house. Its entries spoke of a loving husband, a growing sense of paranoia, and finally, sheer terror. Amelia wrote of shadows that stalked her, voices that whispered her name, and an evil that permeated the very walls. The final entry, dated decades ago, simply read, "He is coming for me. I can hear him in the walls. There is no escape." A sudden thud from upstairs sent Emily's heart into overdrive. The whispers seemed to intensify, urging her to flee. But the journalist in her couldn't ignore the mystery. Cautiously, she ascended the grand staircase, each step echoing in the oppressive silence. The master bedroom was in disarray. Furniture overturned and claw marks gouged into the floorboards. A single window stood open, its curtains billowing in the wind. Emily peered out at the darkening woods beyond, a sense of dread washing over her. Turning back to the room, she noticed a faint glow emanating from beneath the bed. She knelt down and reached into the darkness, her fingers brushing against something cold and metallic. Pulling it out, she gasped. It was a small silver locket, engraved with the initials, AH. Inside, a faded picture showed a young Amelia smiling beside a handsome man with piercing eyes. It was the same man from the portrait hanging in the hallway downstairs. Suddenly, a cold gust of wind slammed the window shut, plunging the room into darkness. Emily's breath caught in her throat as she heard a voice, raspy and chilling, whisper directly into her ear. "You shouldn't have come here." Emily spun around, but there was nothing there. The whispers grew louder, closer, as if the house itself were alive with malevolent energy. Panic surged through her. She stumbled back, tripping over the loose floorboards. The locket slipped from her grasp and clattered to the floor, the picture inside falling face down.